and we're going to turn on Wireshark once we are in the middle. What do you think is going to happen? Well, when we start sniffing those packets, we're going to see everything that my wife's phone is doing. Everything. And I'm telling you, it's stupid easy. You ready to try it? Let's do it. All right, back home on my Raspberry Pi 400, time to start hacking. Now you can follow along with Kali, Ubuntu, or really any flavor of Linux, and of course a Raspberry Pi, and we'll be using these tools. One we already talked about, Wireshark. You can install Wireshark with the command apt install Wireshark. Our second tool is one of my favorites, nmap. Use apt install nmap to get that sucker going. And finally, we already mentioned this guy, ettercap. apt install ettercap -text -only. They do have a graphical version, but we're going to be command line only this time. Once you have those tools installed, we are ready to rock, or hack. Our first step is some recon. We have to find devices on our network that we can sniff. Let's get them. So launch your terminal and start with the command sudo nmap space. We'll do a -sn. By the way, if you want to learn more about nmap and how you can hack with nmap, I got a video right here. And then you'll put in the subnet for your home network. Right now, mine for my beach house is 10.0.0.0/24. In most cases, your network might look like this, 192.168.1.0/24. But whatever the case, you got to look it up to find out what it is. But once you know it, we're ready to rock. So once I hit enter, it'll start scanning the network and try to find devices. Ready, set, go. Now, there won't be anything that screams, hey, I'm your wife's phone, but I do know her phone to have the IP address of 10.0.0.129. There's her MAC address. But essentially, you would use this tool to discover hosts that were actually alive on your network, up, running, things you could possibly hack and test. And the only information I need right now is her IP address, 10.0.0.129. So armed with that info, I can now continue my attack. The command will be sudo ettercap. Here we go. I'll use uppercase T for text only, no graphical here. -S to not use SSL. We won't cover that right now. -I to specify my interface. Now, most of you, if you're using a Raspberry Pi, this will be WLAN 0. And then -M because we're using a man-in-the-middle attack. Next, we'll specify our method. It'll be ARP. So I'll type in ARP, then :remote. And then we put in our victims. The first one will be our router. This will be the default gateway for any device on your network. So I'll put in a /, the IP address of my router, which mine is 10.0.0.1, and then another / and another / space, and then the IP address of the person you're wanting to sniff, capture, attack. It'll be my wife's phone. So / 10.0, messed it up. 10.0.0.129 // Just like that. That's our command. I want to hit enter and start attacking her right now. Go. And bam. So right now, it's already seeing traffic. All you're seeing right now is traffic that her phone is using. Now all that's left to do is to capture it, sniff it. Let's do it. I'm going to launch Wireshark. Going to launch another terminal here. You will need to launch Wireshark with sudo permissions. So sudo Wireshark right from the command line. It'll launch in the GUI. I'll select my WLAN interface to start capturing. And here we go. Now, Wireshark's a big thing. It's kind of intimidating. I get that. I'll show you a few things real quick. We don't want to sit here and scroll and scroll and scroll and try to pick through all this stuff, so we can apply filters. Right here in the little address bar here, I'll specify, let's only see traffic for my wife's phone. Because right now it's showing me all traffic that my NIC, my network interface card, can see. Mine and hers. Let's specify hers. So I'll see ip.addr space equals and then her IP address, 10.0.0.129. And now we're only seeing traffic for her phone. Okay, so we captured a bit of traffic. I'm gonna go ahead and stop my capture right now, hit that stop button. And if you look here at the bottom, we captured 18,000 packets, 17,000 of those belonging to my wife's phone. That's a lot of stuff. Oh, and also what you might wanna do is go back to your ettercap where you're attacking. Just hit Control-C and the attack will stop. Anyways, let's keep going. Now, the first thing I wanna talk about is what you can't see. Real quick, let's go to like maybe right here. We see that my wife's IP address is the source, and we have this destination, this random website on the internet. If we right-click that, we can click on follow and then TCP stream. What it's going to do is kind of follow the conversation, because as you know, in networking is a lot of, hey, how's it going? How's it going? And then responding back. Just conversation. And looking inside of this, it's kind of, well, not kind of, you can't understand a dang thing. That's encrypted. That's what encryption looks like when you try to capture the packets. It's just blah, blah. The red is from my wife's phone and the blue is from the server, or whoever she's trying to talk to, and you can't see nothing. And that's what's going to happen when you capture traffic on the internet or in your network right now if it has encryption, which thankfully Most of it does. TLS, SSL. So then you might be thinking, well, Chuck, what good is this? We can't find anything. We don't see anything. Why did you show me this video? Well, there are still things we can learn from this traffic, even if we can't open it and peer inside. I'll get to that here in a moment. But not all traffic is encrypted. Now, I did have my wife, her phone, visit some, let me apply back my things here. I had her visit some HTTP websites. That means they don't have HTTPS enabled. They're not SSL. And that's kind of dangerous. Let me show you why. We captured that traffic. And how I can search for that here in Wireshark is I can do a space, do ampersand, and specify HTTP traffic, and hit enter. So it involves her IP address and HTTP traffic. And let's open up one of these guys. I'll right click one of the packets here. Go to follow and click on HTTP stream. With HTTP, we pretty much see it all. It's clear text, baby, so we can see what website it was she visited, surfsidetexas.org. It's a city here in South Texas. And yeah, they don't have SSL. So if you know that town or know who manages their stuff, tell them to fix it. But I can see everything. I can see what she's requesting from the website. I can see what their website's sending back to her. And look right here. Here's a video file that was being requested. So there are websites out there that aren't secure. There are protocols out there that aren't secure. We've got Telnet, FTP. I'll show you those here in a moment. But these are weaknesses that you as an ethical hacker, you as a pen tester, would need to know how to find. So as you're helping a company secure themselves, so you can be like, hey guys, you're using HTTP. Everyone can see what you're doing. You're using FTP, you're using Telnet. Shame on you, never use Telnet. Now again, Wireshark is a really cool thing, but it's complicated. It can feel overwhelming. If you do want to learn more about it, which you should, if you want to get into hacking or just IT, if you want to get into IT, which I assume you do want to, then you should learn more about Wireshark. And we have a great course over at This Is IT. David Bombal has a fantastic Wireshark course. Go check it out.